Good morning, everybody. So sorry for the delay. Just had a couple internet issues, but we're in now. And I've got the lovely Andre here from Niyama joining us today to take us through the amazing Niyama Private Islands in the Maldives. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you guys have any questions throughout, then please feel free to ask in the question box and we can address those at the end. And this webinar is being recorded, so if anyone isn't able to watch the whole thing, or if they had a colleague who was keen to watch but wasn't able to join, then we'll have the recording on our YouTube channel afterwards. So yeah, Andre, do you want to share your screen
Yes, I
go
will share my
ahead?
screen, Olivia. I just wanted to say we are live today from Niyama. I'm right here at Niyama, and actually, I'm right now in one of our brand new referred villas. And I actually would like to take the opportunity because we live on AI mode, right? So we have an AI era, and I would like to show you that yes, we are here on one of the most beautiful destinations, and I hope you can see where we are. I'm having a difficult day today, but today is one of those days that, yes, this is one of those days that we'd like to inspire all of you and to send all of your special guests into Niyama, because definitely Niyama today is better than ever been. So let me just share my screen with all of you. And
And the weather looks perfect today.
whether, yes, that is a good point, Olivia, because many guests, many agents, well, I would say the common generic public, they think that low season in the Maldives is somehow attached to rainy season. And that is not really the case. In fact, why we have low season in the Maldives is pretty much attached to the fact that we have more destinations that compete with us as a beach destination. We have Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, all of that would start to become open. And in one way or another, especially the north of Europe, they are able to travel to beach destinations which are closer. So I would say that this is good to demystify a bit that today we're having one of those days that looks like it is December. But well, Olivia, I assume that you are seeing my screen. I'm going to put here on big picture
Yes.
so you
Yeah,
can
it's not got, yeah, that's full
done.
screen. Perfect.
Perfect, full screen. All right, so
Thanks,
let's move
Andre.
on. So Niyama, actually Niyama is I call it a legendary resort because it definitely is in the market for a few years, but how can I say, many people don't know exactly the meaning of Niyama. Niyama is a Maldivian word that means safe journey. So I try to joke around, say, well, you know what is a safe booking? So no, so this is what is the meaning behind of the Niyama, which is in the market for a while. Then it's private islands because definitely we are looking to two islands which are connected by this small bridge. And when I looked at the pattern of the bookings that we have here and why they stay 9 nights, 10 nights, 12 nights, it's because we offer the sense of space, the sense of freedom, the fact that they will never going to feel trapped in an island. Because many people, they want exclusivity, which we offer, which we deliver. But then they also want to have that sense of adventure, the sense of exploration. This is what actually we are keen to offer. Then one of the things that we now mention more than ever, Niyama, the two islands of Niyama, they are 100% natural islands. And that makes the entire difference. That right now sets us apart from many of the new resorts and many of the old as well. But the fact that we have the real white and long sandy beach. I like this picture so you can actually see in terms of scale how large and how wide they are. Some other details that some postcards don't tell you, the fact that we don't have seawalls around Niyama. I joke saying that, you know what, Niyama, the nature says that Niyama should exist because actually we don't have seawalls at Niyama, and that makes all the difference, especially when we go to the low tides. It's you and the ocean. For those who already experience resorts which actually are surrounded by I would say protected walls, looks like sometimes you are in a cage. So here that is not affected. Also, we don't have islands in front of us. So it's you and the ocean. We don't have light pollution. We have nothing of that. So the old school is the new cool. And I mean that the old school Maldives, it's here now, still at Niyama. Then the nature. And one of the things that our guests, when they leave Niyama and they send us the review and they send us the review to the agents, one of the things that they always mention is the greenery. The fact that we have such an Amazonical kind of feeling that actually it's not really perceived in many properties around. And this is also a big selling point of Niyama, to a point that the bike ride at Niyama it will become part of your routine, will become part of your daily special moment in the day, because you are actually exploring in the middle of a very dense jungle with the sound of the birds, the sound of the nature. So actually, it's a very emotional connection with the island that the guests then they ended up having. So what happens to Niyama and why we are also having this webinar? Because we're being very conservative. We're being very sometimes shy over the last year, because many developments we've been doing to what we called our nature's playground, which is Niyama. So 1 year ago, we started to revamp the entire resort, and we started with our culinary offerings. And here I just have a summarize, because then I'll go more in detail. But we have the Tree House, which is our nest restaurant, which is right now already a multi-award winner by Architecture Design Award, as well as a culinary experience. It's a tree house, 6 meters above the ground, and is totally integrated in the nature, and it was 100% refurbed this year. We have right here on the beach, we have our dune, which is our beach restaurant, which was also 100% done. We started with the Bright Nights, connected with our tribal restaurant, which you're going to stand afterwards. We also brought tuk-tuks from Thailand, and now we have the tuk-tuk nights on the beach, and that is part of the program of Niyama. We have 3 times a week. We revamped totally our underwater restaurant, which is called the Sub 6. We have a new menu, we have a new chef, and today is actually one of the highlights of the resort. And of course, we also have a chef's garden. Today, I would say that everyone is a chef, everyone is very foodie. Our friends, our guests, everyone is much more curious about the culinary than before. And we have a chef's garden, which actually is a very fun and a very authentic, how can I say, a culinary experience together with one-to-one with our head chef. Then, in terms of landscaping, we do have one of the best landscape managers that you're going to find in the Maldives. In fact, he's working with us for 1 year already in order to revamp. He's been the person behind many resorts that you know in the Maldives by beauty and so on. He actually just, so you know some names, the Vela, Juwali, he was the one who created Juwali as well. So right now, I would say that the guests, they feel that there is a new energy. The landscape at Niyama is better than ever been. So going into detail, and what's the journey of your guests at Niyama? So Niyama, location-wise, we are located at Dhaalu Atoll, which is south of Male. 90% of our guests, they choose to have some sort of a James Bond arrival style, which is the seaplane. We have our own private seaplane lounge in the new terminal in Male, fully equipped with showers, snacks, drinks, also a children facilities over there. So it's fully equipped while we prepare the seaplane. Nevertheless, we also have 2 other possibilities. One is the domestic connection as well, which is very convenient when we have guests who might suffer a delay on their international flight and they arrive later in the afternoon. No worries, because from domestic, it's a half an hour flight. You arrive at Dhaalu Airport, and then it's just 7 minutes by speedboat. Same thing with private jets here. Over COVID times, we revamped the entire airport in Dhaalu Atoll, and now we are able to have private jets arrivals straight internationally to this Dhaalu Atoll, and only 7 minutes by boat. And this is a unique factor because we are the closest luxury resort in the entire Maldives that you can access by private jets. We have a lot of these guests currently who combine with Dubai or Singapore, so this is a selling point. So in terms of connectivity, I think Niyama really ticks all the boxes. And I must say as well that going by seaplane is running away from Male, which is right now a selling point. Around Male, I would say that he becomes victim of his own success, and you have a lot of resorts now. So they have a lot of light pollution. So to really have, and I actually need to reinforce the agents to really to have the real authentical Maldivian that experience that it was on the pictures, on the postcards. You actually need to run away a little bit now from Mali. So you actually arrive in a place like Niyama where it is no islands in front, there is no other resorts in front. It's just you and the ocean, and at night is you and the stars. So in terms of the island itself, or the resort itself, the two islands, one, we call it the Chill Island, and let me just put here the pointer, the laser pointer you can see. So the Chill Island is this one here, right on the right side, which is true to its name, is where we have the yoga center, where we have the wellness, is where we have all the overwater villas at Niyama. Right now, I'm on the Chill Island, and definitely it's much more relaxed atmosphere. We don't have restrictions for children on the overwater villas, but naturally, I would say that the families they tend to book more into the beach accommodations, and that is why we move now into the Play Island. The Play Island, like the name says, is where you have a much more vibrant atmosphere. Is where you find children facilities, diving center, tennis court, football pitch, and we are the only luxury property in the entire Maldives with a natural surf wave that happens right here in our shore. And just to clarify, all of this area here around the islands is a natural pool, is the lagoon. Nothing happens, is the natural pool. Only when the reef approaches the land, it creates a wave here. In one way or another, we actually were blessed by nature because we have a world-class wave right in our shore that your guest doesn't need to go by boat, doesn't break the family or the honeymoon routine because they can grab the surf right in our shore. And then the waves, they are not in front of any guests' villas, and they have no clue that the wave is performing unless they come here to the edge of the Play Island. So we this is the reason why we have so many guests from all over the world, from Brazil, from Australia, from US. They actually search for a private wave, non-crowded and so on. And in the Maldives, the only place that you find this is in fact at Niyama. So this is a very special place, not just in the Maldives, but actually a very special place in the world. So in terms of sleeping experience, which is our accommodation, I like this picture so I can show you how it was before and how it's becoming right now with a new refurb villa. So before it was this kind of dark decoration, authentic. The wood was always very, very much present at Niyama. I would say that all the villas, they were adapted to the current fauna, to the trees that they were existed here. Every time that we take a tree, we replant it one or two. So this is our commitment in terms of sustainability as well. So we had from beach villa all the way to the 3-bedroom pavilion being the largest unit that we have on the beach. So this was always this. I'm sure that these pictures, for some of you, you recall, this was always been the villas that we've been working until now. As I said, the wood was, well, I would say the main actor, still is, but let me just move a little bit further so you can see how is it now. So now we rename it all the refurbs as Deluxe Beach Villa, Deluxe Beach Pool Villa, and Deluxe Family Beach Pool Villa. So this is how it looks like our entry level, which is our Deluxe Beach Villas and Deluxe Beach Pool Villas. We've changed everything. And when I say that we were very conservative in a way in sharing this news, because everyone wanted the refurb of Niyama, but no one wants to pass through a refurb process. So we were very careful. But the truth is we are lucky because we didn't put pools where they don't exist. We didn't create new 2 bedrooms and brick walls, nothing. What we did was really the revamp. We've changed the floor, the ceiling, the beds, the furniture, everything that you see here is new. Plus, we revamped a lot of the other things that there were, I would say, I won't say challenges, but there were some things that needed to improve. Because the good thing of having a property which is running for a while is for us to have the opportunity and the capacity to hear our guests. So in detail, this floor on the bathroom before it was somehow slippery. It could be dangerous at some point. So the floor is very similar as before, but now is non-slippery. any longer. And now we have a much more safe. It's much more safe for us. Now, when we say that we are a natural island, sometimes bring other things. We have too many birds. Not too many, but we have a lot of birds. And at night, right around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, when you start to see the sunrise, they start to become a little bit more vocal, a bit more louder. So we've changed all the windows, and all the windows now, they are actually 100% soundproof. So you actually have a relaxed morning. Wake up. Of course, you can open and you have that blast by the birds in the morning, but actually this is also a big improve that we have. Also, another thing, so we actually simplify your life as a guest. Before, somehow it was some kind of challenge, switch on, switch off the lights, open the curtains. It could be complicated. Now we just simplify as well. Our guest life is on and off, open and close, and here we are. All the TVs, they were changed, all the sound bars were changed. It's just in a matter of seconds, and you can connect your iPhone, your iPad, your any kind of phone, you can connect straight to the TV. So we actually simplify everything. When we go to the outside, the decks are new, the pools they were retiled, the furniture is new, we painted and we covered everything. So I want you to guarantee that right now you have the smell of a new car and you have the service of, I would say, a multi-award winner resort. So I think we have the best of the both worlds, and Niyama, that's why I say today is better than ever. When we move to the families, to the deluxe families, and I would like to spend here time here explaining why is it the family, because we do have here a lot of requests for two adults and two children, two adults and two children, and this is exactly the room type that the guests with this, I would say, profile, they search and it's good for them, because we have here a master bedroom. A master bedroom that you can have the two adults here, and if you have a young children that wants to be closer to their parents, this also can be as a day bed, and it works super well with children. I am a father of a 7-year-old child, and he likes a lot to stay on this one here. Same time, just behind this wall, you have a second sleeping area, where actually we turn this one as a sofa bed, super wide, actually it's quite large, and you can have here easily other two adults, or you can have here two teens, you can have even here three children on this other side. Why this is great? Because the parents, they want to have their own privacy, but at the same time, they want to know that the children, they are far away but close enough. The children is the same way. They want to know that the parents, they are behind the wall, they are close to them, because sometimes we do have our residences, our pavilions. The pavilions, they are 600 square meters, 700 square meters. If they have a young children, it will be too big maybe for them. And at night, what happens is that they will may move to the parents' house because they are not used to stay and to live in this house. So deluxe family beach pool villa is the exact accommodation type that the families they search, and this is super suitable for them. It has this master bathroom, as you can see here, but also have a second toilet connected to this area here and makes it perfect. When we go to the outdoor, as you can see here, is much larger than the other one. Also has much more space around the beach, and we always put the sunbeds according to the capacity, to the occupancy that we have in this room. So if you have 4 people there, we have 4 sunbeds. So we always adapt to it. But as you can see, it looks new because it's really new. New decks, the pools again, they were retiled, new couches, new furniture, anything that you see here is new. And I like this picture as well. As you can see, the nature really is tall, really is lush, and it gives that sense of privacy to the families. And I think that is also a big selling point. So moving away, and now in the overwater villas, we had already many selling points when it comes to the overwater villas. Overwater villas, all of them, they have private pool, all of them, and we have no islands in front of us. And I think that is also a key, because at night, many of the guests, they go to outside of their overwater villa and they see stars that they are not used to see in their home country due to the lightning pollution. And here they will actually gonna be amazed. And at night is one of their highlights of the day. We had these overwater villas, and we have overwater pool villa, deluxe overwater pool villa, and then the pavilions, 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom. This was the decoration that we had. I think the blue and the turquoise was always very much present here. We have something that is really, really a top product, which is the crescent. And the crescent is the right answer for all those multi-generation families that they want to travel together to once in a lifetime experience. They have the privacy of having their small, I would say, island exclusives, but at the same time, they're going to have the access to all the facilities of a large island like we have, because we have more than 10 restaurants, which I'll go. So I think this product here works super well for a group of friends, big families, celebrations, all those kind of guest profile that they want to have the privacy, that moment all together, and then they want to have the fun, they want to have the variety of restaurants, the variety of activities. The Crescent is the right answer for these guests. Going into detail to the villas itself, how they are now. So this is the villa that I am in right now, speaking with you. I'm here in one of the what we call deluxe overwater pool villas. They look right now amazing, as you can see. The wood as well is one of the main actors. We actually did a lot of improvements when it comes to the space. The guests, when they come to overwater villas, they tend to spend more time in a villa than a normal guest. Definitely being on a honeymoon, they spend more time in a villa, but we also retiled the entire pools. The bathrooms, as you can see here, they look stunning. They look great. The floor is not slippery anymore. So many of the things, they were also improved here. When it comes to the pavilions, for those guests as well who want a higher scale, who want a different room type, which is a little bit more elevated in terms of size and in terms of space as well, the pavilions, they are the right answer for it. And as you can see, they look stunning. Look to the views that you can get from here. Actually, is what I said, is just you and the ocean. Just a small detail that I need to mention as well when it comes to the beach villas, that every bed you can see, from every bed you can see the ocean. On the beach villa, you can see the ocean. From the overwater villa, of course, you can see the ocean. But this, I think as well, this is a good selling point. Then when it comes to the culinary, and I think Niyama is pretty much attached to the concept of, oh, Niyama is one of the best culinary resorts in the Maldives. And that is not far from true. Is actually is the real thing, because we do have a lot of variety. We have Epicure and Blue that we say that they are our main restaurants. And they are where we service the breakfast. So they tend to be called the main restaurants. But then what we have is our special restaurants. And special restaurants comes with a nest. Like I said in the beginning, is a real experience dining here. You have, I would say, you are surrounded by nature, by sounds. It's actually the only restaurant that we don't have music, because you don't need it. The sound of the nature is part of your journey, part of your experience on the Nest restaurant. Then we have the tribal. And the tribal, like you can see here, is almost like a safari camp. It's a steakhouse. It's an Afro-Latin restaurant. You can have the jumbo prawns from Mozambique as well. You find the ceviche from Peru. You find the meat from Uruguay and Argentina. So the guests, this is also one of the highlights of it. I have one of the bubbles here on the picture, but we have 5 bubbles like this around this entire resort. So you can privatize as well. You can share this one with other guests, or you can have one just for as a family. Then we have this platform here. And then this platform here, the guests, they love it because you come by boat, and the guests, they have the sensation that oh, I'm going out. Today I'm going to leave the island. And they love this sensation of freedom. So here on the top, you have this sunset cocktail bar. We always have a DJ, Café Del Mar kind of vibes. We have a nice calm down music so they can actually embrace the sunset. On top, on this structure, we have what we called the Edge Restaurant, which is an overwater restaurant, very much connected with shellfish and all of this fine dining cuisine. Or you go down to our Sub 6, which is our underwater restaurant. To demystify as well, the Sub 6 is a lunch restaurant. Is a lunch restaurant because the expectation of the guests is to have visibility, is to see the fish activity and all of that. And that happens during the daytime. That's why it is a lunch restaurant. We also do some breakfasts on this restaurant, because at night, 3 times per week, this becomes the only disco in the world which is underwater. So Niamey is the opposite of the boring Maldives. Many people, they think there is nothing to do in the Maldives, and we are the opposite of it. And this is one of the highlights as well, that the guests, they like it a lot because they can also have fun. Niyama has the opportunity and the capacity to create friendships. Many guests, they become friends here at Niyama. And then after 1, 2 nights, they all go together to these glow parties that we do here. And it becomes a very fun moment. And the memories that they are created here are actually the secret of the success of Niyama. Then on the beach and back to the island, we have the Dune, which is our beach restaurant. As I said, it was 100% done this year. We have the deli, which is a bit like a Starbucks, but we also have pokeballs, you have shakes, you have many things which are more quick, because in the end of the day, the guests during their time, they will also want to enjoy the beach. It's hot, it's humid. So during the lunchtime, in fact, they prefer to have something more quick. A big detail that I need to mention is that the children, despite the board basis of the parents, either if they are in breakfast or they are in half board and so on, the children at Niyama, they are always in full board no matter what the season it is. So this is something that I would like to make very clear, because sometimes this question comes a lot very often, is that the children at Niyama, they're always in full board no matter what the board basis that the parents they put. So I hope you have this one clear. Then we have also the bars and our food truck on the surf spot. We have the chef's garden. Like I said, this is our chef Thierry, which is a French chef. We have the tuk-tuk nights, which is a very cool night. You can see the setting. You can see that this picture really gives what is the soul of this night. The Braai night connected with the tribal restaurant. We have the rum and reggae cocktail afternoons right in front of the surf. And we also have our guests cocktail, our management cocktail. The guests, they love it, this one. I would say that series like White Lotus, they are very much in the hype right now. And this is a little bit of how White Lotus style. And they really enjoy this moment to see the behind the stage and speak with the manager and speak with everyone that puts this resort operating. Of course, the romantic, I would say that is the easiest thing. I think Maldives has a destination clearly always been known. I think it started as a romantic. Right now, pretty much everyone knows that it's a fantastic destination as well for families. We do have a lot of honeymoons and we do have a lot of families, and that is why it makes this result very complete. And we do have all the celebration situation to do, proposes and so on. When it comes to wellness, our spa, one of the things that I like a lot is that we keep the integration, we keep the nature very much present when it comes to the spa, not just when it comes to the massage itself, but I think the entire setting of it, as you can see from this picture, really reflects of it. One of the things that we always have, we have a lot of practitioners that they come on a regular basis to Niyama, and then we have something that no one has, because Niyama is a bit disruptive kind of stuff. Why I'm saying this? Because we have something that actually it is forbidden to have in the Maldives, which is do tattoos. A lot of people, they have tattoos, but to do tattoos in Maldives is forbidden. But we do have a tattoo artist at Niyama that comes here on a regular basis, and it is somehow attached to the wellness, and we sell it as a wellness kind of service. And the guests, they love to have a tattoo artist. Many of them, they are on honeymoons, and in the end, in their departure, very rarely there is not a guest that they want to to put their memory almost for life, and to do their own tattoo together with the family or together with his second half. So this is just to give you some highlights and to give you the soul and to give you a little bit of the DNA of what Niyama is all about. Of course, then we have the kids club and the children's club. And I think it's not just the club, it's not just the hardware itself. In fact, it's the entire program that we have when it comes to the children's and to the families. As well, other ages, they are very important, because the ages of 12, 13, and 14 is also very important. And I see that many resorts, many other hotels, they somehow they drop the ball when it comes to these ages because they are not adults, they are not children. And then in the middle of the way, oh, so what do you have for teens? And many results, oh, we have fantastic Wi-Fi. So actually here we don't do that. It's totally the opposite. We want to digital detox. We want to bring you back to the basics, bring you back to use their hands, to have a lot of activities, to see the dolphins, to see the turtles, to see many things that actually are more sustainable focused. We have the program of the marine biologist for a day from ages from 3 to 11, and then we have more engaged program when it comes to 12 to 14. So we do have a fantastic, what we call the Explore Kids Club, a fantastic program for the children, which makes the parents having their real holidays because the children they really like to stay on the kids club. This is the really secret. Is the children who ask the parents to go to the kids club, and it's not the parents who force the kids to go to the kids club so they can have a relaxed time. So I think this is something that it's part of the secret of the success of Niyama, not the hardware of the kids club, but in fact the entire program that we have that starts with 12 months and goes all the way to 12, and then we have the teens that goes until the 14, 15, and 16, and we have many things to do with these ages. Of course, the surf is being very much present here. We do have a lot of nationalities at Niyama. It's a good cocktail of nationalities that we have at Niyama, which is great because we don't have a hotel which is only focused on UK, or a hotel which is only focused on German, or a hotel this, on this specific nationality. No, we have a big cocktail of nationalities here, which creates a good vibe, a good aura. The surf, of course, is able to attract nationalities like Brazil, Australia, US, which are naturally as well wide open. And I would say that we were blessed by nature, like I said right in the beginning, because we have a wave, which is a world-class wave, and it's good for, I would say, advanced surfers right here. Here it will be intermediate, and here it will be beginners. And if you have a guest who never touched in one board in their life, they can start their passion. I'm sure that will become their passion after a while here, right here in Niyama. And this is another thing. And this is just a detail that no one has in the entire Maldives. Then we have what we call celebrity surf weeks. These celebrity surf weeks, just very roundly, we always have, and we've been lucky to have a celebrity that always has been a world champion. We had many already. We have together with us a surf shaper, and the surf shaper is someone who builds the board. So what happens is that you, as a guest, you come to Niam on the Celebrity Surf Week. You have a full week with someone that it was an iconic person in the entire world when it comes to surf. He gives you some tips. He becomes your coach during that time. Then you have a surf shaper, which looks to your style. He knows what kind of board will be perfect for you to really give the next step in terms of your surf performance. And then I would say 6 to 7 weeks, depending where you are around the world, you receive your tailor-made surfboard exclusive. There is none like that in the world because it was done for you, for your weight, for your size, for your style. And this is why these celebrity surf rigs are really iconic and really something that no one in the world they do it. Then of course we have the surf lessons, and we also have the surf photographer always in-house to take that picture that makes your Instagram really hot. Then in terms of sustainability, in terms of water activities, in terms of marine life, we do have Mei Mei, which is here, which is our marine biologist. We have a full program when it comes to sustainability under the water. Of course, coral restoration, the trips that we do, to see the manta rays, the trips that we do to see and the sharks as well. So just to make it very much round, I think Niyama is one of the most complete resorts when it comes to everything. I think we really click all the boxes. Just some random pictures here so you can see that even our tennis court, and I would say tennis, especially this week because of Roland Garros and all of that, it's getting a high attention. You can see that we have such a beautiful tennis court setting, super Instagrammable, as you can see here. But many things we do. We also have jiu-jitsu right now in house. We do have the gym. Martin, our coach, as well for kickboxing. We do and craft lessons, culinary lessons, and also the movie Under the Stars, which is a fantastic experience. So, in a way or another, we are a very complete resort, as I said. It's fantastic for romance. It's fantastic for family, and it's a great option when it comes to group of friends, families, and celebrations. I will be sending you to me about this presentation, but I just briefly said why your guests will love Niyama, because we do have two natural islands. I think the sense of space and the sense of really be here on natural island is really a USP. The long and wide sandy beach, because the core of the experience of Maldives is in fact the beach holidays, the sun and so on. And here they have the really wide sandy beach. Why I put here the private jet friendly, because this is becoming very much on the hype now. The fact that you can land internationally straight right here is actually quite convenient. We have that surf wave, which just talk about it. We have more than 10 dining venues, which really makes the guests not be bored with the same place, with the same menu, with the same restaurant, with the same person. No, I think at some point, 9 nights is not enough for them to really experience everything. The largest surveillance program in the entire Maldives. We have plenty of things to do according with the ages. Sustainability that we have a big program. We actually got awarded as the green growth. We are platinum in terms of when it comes to this very important accolade. And we say that it's a place for possibility because here the possibilities are enormous. So this is why we say this is Niyama, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you to come to this webinar and to really understand in the era that you have so many properties coming to this destination, why Niyama? Well, this is why Niyama. So thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much, Andre. That was amazing. And we've actually got a couple questions, which is good. So the first question is, can guests that are staying on either one of the islands, so either stay or play, can they go to both of them? Can they go to the other one?
Correct. Yes, this is just where they stay because your journey has a guest, you go around. You go, every guest, they have your own bicycle with your own name. And then they love it. They go, they grab and they go around. There is no, sometimes we have guests who like to be on the chill because they like to be more closer to this part of the island and the wellness and all of that. We have a lot of guests who like to stay closer to the wave. We have other guests who like to stay closer to the children facilities. So, but there is no restriction of it. You as a guest during the day, you travel around because as the restaurants as well, they are spread around. So the restaurants, they are not in just one place. And then the bicycle, yes, becomes part of your routine, but every guest, they also have their own butler, which we call Takuru, has the buggy and so on. So this is something important that I have to mention, that usually during the day, the guests, they go by bicycle, and at night they tend to use the buggy of the butler to carry around because we see that especially the women, they have long dresses, which cannot go on the bicycle, and then they go on the buggy to travel around. So I hope I answered this one properly.
Perfect, thank you. And we've got another question, which is, what age can children go to the kids club without an adult being with them?
I would say that right now I have my second child, which is 4 months, staying with me, and I'm not there. And my wife is not there as well. I know that this is not normal, but I would say as a matter from 12 months to 12 years, this is usually the range of age. If you have children with younger than 12 months, like my example, like myself, there is no issue with that as well. They are European. They are actually from UK, the management team on the kids club, and this is something to make every parent much more tranquilized. Maybe the first day they go there to see who is actually with their kid, to understand how it is goes, but then after a while, they are much more relaxed and tranquil.
Perfect, thank you. And then one final question is, when are the best months for surfing at Niyama?
Well, every month. is the best because every month is the best. Today, it's one of those days. It is one of the best days I have seen here at Niyama in terms of surf. And at the same time, I'm here. It looks like a lagoon. But let's say from March to September, this is the typical one, the typical that we see over, in terms of average over the last years. This has been the month that that we can guarantee in a way that is the best. But I would say that there is no week here at Niyama that there is no wave, right? So I think this is a big thing that set us apart from many. Of course, there are other things that they affected, the wind and all of that. But from March, April, top, I'm here. May, it was great. I'm right now, 4th of June. It's fantastic day today. Tomorrow is going to be one of the best days that this island ever saw. So when it comes to the surfing, I'm sure that you go to Instagram tomorrow, you're going to be bombarded by waves and surfers. So let's put some dates on it. March to September tends to be the perfect time for surfing.
That's great. And actually, kind of recently, we've been really trying to blast out information about how people often think that like the festive season and the high season is like where the best weather is, but then often in the middle of the year when there's great surfing and then also when the manta rays come out and all that sort of stuff, there can be incredible weather. And obviously, as we saw earlier, yeah, the Maldives are experiencing beautiful sunshine today. And as Andre said, there's great surf. So there's a great reason to send clients to the Maldives kind of any time of the year, and especially in the middle of the year to get those really amazing offers and experience things that are not quite as busy as how Europe can be in the middle of the year. So yeah, look at
Yeah.
that. Would you rather be there or would you rather be in Greece? I think I'd rather
Well,
be
so
there.
this is the low season of Maldives, right? Not sure if you are able to see it properly, times the light. But the fact is that this is a good point, and this is something that I would like to demystify, is that sometimes low season tend to be perceived as the season of rain. And that is totally wrong. Because yes, there are many destinations which are connected with the beach, and the low season is where it's not good. Well, I'm Portuguese, and I know when I was in the Algarve during the summer to the winter, please don't go, otherwise you die freeze. Here is not the point. Here is not the point. Here is fantastic. And I would say, let's say, I know this is a business in the end of the day, but the fact is that the guests will have a much more sense of value if they come on the low season because the rates, they tend to be more competitive. Many resorts, including us, we try to dance with the music, and we have to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of offers and added values and all of that. But the guests, they're not going to have a much less experience when it comes to weather if they come in December or New Year's Eve, which is the peak of the peak. No, the weather will be very similar to that. So this is something that we should, as a whole, as an industry who works a lot here in the Maldives, is to demystify that the weather in the low season, oh, it rained. Well, today is the 4th of June and it's one of the best days I have seen here on it. So I'm glad that I'm here. This is not, and it's not AI, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to be clear about that these days.
Not AI, not AI.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Andre, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining. If you think of anything after the webinar, please feel free to reach out to us. We can come back to you. And yes, thanks so much for everyone for tuning in today. And the recording will be on our YouTube channel afterwards.
Thank you so much. Thank
Great.
you, Olivia.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Andre. Have a good
Hamid.
rest of your
Thank
day.
you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.